All right. Welcome, guys. Anybody else have any questions? I do want to spend today going like a review over the first 4 sections because what's happening on Monday?
Quiz.
Oh, what is it, a quiz?
A quiz, yes. The quiz is going to cover the review stuff we did and then up through section 1-4. So I want to kind of, there's a nice thing in the book that is a unit summary thing that it kind of goes over everything. So I'm just going to do the ones from 1-1 through 1-4 with you guys as kind of like a prep for the quiz. But I want to start off with any questions anybody has specifically, if you have any. I don't think that's Tommy Hart there. Who is that?
I'm sorry, that's my son's name. I'll
Okay.
I'll log out and log back on.
No. I can rename you. I can rename you.
Oh, okay.
Are you Lockwood? What's your name?
Yes.
Tanya?
Yes.
Okay. It's always scary for me to try to remember somebody's name. So I'm sorry. I stuck with it. Oh, Ashira, very good question. So here's how the quiz is going to work on Monday. We're going to start off, I'm going to do a little bit of new stuff, unfortunately, because the way that the quiz is going to work the best is to do it towards the end of class. So I'm going to stop lecture at some point. I'm going to make the quiz active on Canvas. You guys are going to go to Canvas. You don't have to print the quiz out. You can if you want to. And then on your own piece of paper or on the quiz, if you print it out, you're going to do the work, scan it, and submit it right there, right where you got it. Just like the homework, right? So everybody, does that make sense, everybody? And the due time, the time it's going to be due is by the end of class. How many questions? My quizzes normally have maybe at most 8 questions, 8, 9 questions. I try to make the quizzes kind of short and to the point.
Which day is the quiz?
Which day is the quiz, people?
Monday.
There you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
The same time, Professor, yes?
Yeah, it would be really bad for me. So what I'm trying to do is, if I can try to get you to do it during class time, that is the time that I know you're supposed to have time set aside to be here. I am well aware that people might come to class, and when class is over, they go check in for a 14-hour shift somewhere, right? That happens, especially people in medical services and such. So if I make it due later that day, they're going to be screwed. Does that make sense? So I want to try to make it done during class time because that's time you're supposed to have set aside. All right. Is everybody with me? You guys all right? Okay. So any other questions about anything? I want to remind you guys about this real quick. So later today, we're going to have the extra office hours. So right here is where you click. So today is Thursday. So it's going to be this link right there. You click that link later today, 2 to 3 today is when I'll be in there. So you just click there, you can log in. You don't have to be there at 2. You don't have to stay till 3. You can come in at 2:37 and then leave at 2:41. That's fantastic, right? I'm going to leave at 3 and I'm going to be there at 2. So you guys can come anytime in between there. You don't have to come at all. If you have a class, don't go saying, well, my teacher's crazy. He wants me to be there. No, I can't make you be here because that's not our class time. Anyway, I think you guys all understand. Just like normal office hours. Okay, I like it. And for the benefit of those who just logged in, remind me one more time what's happening on Monday.
Quiz.
Quiz. All right, I like it. And again, one more time, because I've had a couple of emails from students asking if they have what exactly they have to do for homework, and you know everything. In fact, you know when all the quizzes are going to happen for the whole semester also. So no surprises. It's all right there. And the day to vote. No surprises. Vote, please. You don't have to because I said so. You should because it's smart. Okay. All right. Sorry. That's all a side note. Anything else about homework or anything else or anything?
Professor, I didn't receive it, the section 1.3 and 4, before I send you email also for homework.
So what I just did this morning, let me see. So if you go to 1.3, I did put up there the assignment here, right?
Thank you, Professor.
Sure. And I'll work on 1.4 later today, especially if somebody reminds me. Okay. Let me think, was there something else here I wanted to show you? I think that's it. Yeah, I like it. Okay. Shaboo. Okay, guys, anything else? Anything else before we look at some review stuff to get ready for Monday?
Can you make like problem, Professor, about the quiz, like which like problems coming to the quiz, like not the same, like the way that you show us?
So what we're about to do, as soon as I get done with any questions people have, is to look at problems. I think what you're asking for is to look at problems that might be on the quiz. Is that what
Yeah.
it is? That's exactly what I'm going to do, right? So like I said earlier, I'm going to go to the review section of the book, and we're going to look at some problems from section 1.1 through 1.4, just to see what to expect.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, you're welcome. Ashira, I missed the rest of you. Should you be nervous? I'll tell you what, when I was a student, let me see if anybody relates to this. If I was going to go into a quiz or a test and I didn't feel nervous at all, I started feeling nervous because of that. Does anyone relate to that at all or not? I don't know. You want to be a little tiny bit nervous, of course, because otherwise you're not going to be sharp. But all right, I got to tell you the story. I taught this class and there was a guy who sat in the front row, smart guy. Every test, he would be like this, and there would just be sweat coming down. And they would make an A+. I'm like, good Lord, dude, you're freaking me out. So you don't want to be insanely nervous. There's no need for that. There's a lot of quizzes. One quiz cannot hurt you that much, and you can make corrections. Remember? You guys remember that? You can make corrections once on the quiz and get some points back if you need to.
Oh, I thought it was just on the homework. That's
Oh,
Oh, no. How many people have watched my little video about the syllabus? Not many, I guess. But it talks about corrections right here in the syllabus, right? And where's that syllabus? It's in Canvas. You click the link that says syllabus. I like it. So I have a whole little video that I go over the syllabus, and the syllabus is a legal contract that you have agreed to since you enrolled in the course. So if I were you, I'd want to know what the hell's in that thing, this contract that I agreed to, right? So you should probably look at that and let me know if you have questions, if you haven't already. Okay. Let me see.
I have a question.
Yes,
It's about the homework.
sure.
So the section 1.4. It's this number 6. It's saying like, how does the price of the pizza after 10 years of 5% increase? And then also, I'm sorry, I'm just viewing it's online, so it's annoying a little bit. I have to,
I understand.
let me just.
1.4 number 6.
Yeah, and then it's saying like, again, like increase compared to what the price would be if it went up by just 5% of the original cost each year, but it's already 5. What that means, another 5?
So here we
I
go.
didn't
You ready?
understand.
Here we go. So here's number 5. This is what it's kind of like building off of, right? Number 5 is about the
Yes.
$5.60 pizza after
Mhm.
each number of 5% increases.
Yeah.
So you aren't, let me see, let me catch up with how this whole thing is about this pizza, right?
Yes.
All right. So Complete the table, like how many new prices of several blah blah blah. So that's there. Wait, so here we go. Pizza by 5% again. So it's like this is exactly what we were doing with the compound interest, right?
This one gonna be like, you know, like squared. I'm not saying everything, but I did it all until 5. Like I did question 5, but question 6 is confusing me. Like,
all right, you ready? You ready? So hopefully, if you did 5 correctly, then it was like
okay,
growing quicker and quicker, right?
yes.
Okay. So number 6 says, what if it only went up by 5% of the original cost each year? That's what it says. It's exactly what it means. Do 5% of the original cost, and you just add exactly that each year. Just like we did with simple interest. Instead of growing based on how much it grew before, it just grows at the same amount. So that's linear growth, right?
Okay, it's
So
like
what if, yeah.
8 plus 8 plus 8. It's like every year, same number.
Every year, same amount that it
Base.
goes up. Yes.
Mhm.
Whereas number 5 was every year it went up a little more because it was
Yeah,
based
it
on,
jumps to 10. Mhm.
I like it. Does that
Yeah.
make more sense now?
Yeah,
I'm
thank
with
you.
you. Okay. And again, it really follows the examples they did earlier, and the example we did together with $1,000. It's the same idea. I think they just did it in reverse. Before we did linear first and then exponential. This does the opposite way. I like it. All right. Anything else, guys? I forgot to bring liquid for myself. That sucks. I'm going to get that in a minute. I need liquid. Okay. All right. So what I want to do. Let me see what page this is again. So if you have your book, I'm going to share my book in a minute here as soon as I find the right page. Here we go. I think this is it. Yes. So on, believe it or not, page 142, because this is a chapter 1 kind of review, right? So let me share my screen. Share. So this one, it actually goes through the whole chapter 1. So we're not going to do the whole thing because we only made it not even quite halfway through chapter 1 yet. This first problem should look very familiar. I'm going to go ahead, just in case you guys want to know, I didn't show you how to do the degrees earlier, but it might help some of you guys possibly. How many total degrees in a circle?
360.
360. And something, just a side note, this doesn't mean shit for us really for this class, but just so you know, do you know what that 60 number comes up a lot, doesn't it? We use it for time. We use it for degrees in a circle, right? Isn't 360 60 times 6? Did you guys know that we based that on Babylonian number system? Just real quick, just again, this whole thing I'm about to say doesn't have the damn thing to do with our class directly. It's just extra little knowledge. The what is our number system based on? It's based on 10, isn't it? We have the ones place times 10, the tens place times 10, the hundreds place. Are you guys with me? And of course, it's based on 10 because we have 10 fingers. So here we are, caveman. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9. Probably didn't talk in English, but Babylonians had a number system based on 60. Any idea why that might be true? And again, this is all extra shit. I'm sorry if you don't appreciate when I do this, but too bad. I'm going to do it forever. How many days in a year, roughly, if you had to estimate, a nice round number, days in a year?
360.
360, holy shit. So 60 was such a beautiful number. And why was the number of days in a year possibly really important for an older civilization? What are they going to be all about? What are humans all about?
Farming.
Sorry? Farming, exactly. I was going to say, what are humans all about? There's something, and then there's food, right? Procreation and food. So obviously they're going to be very interested in anything that has to do with their harvest time and all kind of stuff. So that was a very special thing. So that's another reason why we do time the way we do. We do circles the way we do. It's also divisible by a lot of things. I can divide 60 by 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Holy shit. I can divide it by a lot of things. All right, that's enough. Sorry. End of side story. All right. So look at this. Somebody help me out. They tell me that it's 168 hours that I spend in a week to do stuff. Blah, 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 blah. So here's my activity. So let's see. Let's make sure that this adds up to 168. Let's see. Does it add up to 168? Let's see. 30, 45, 101. Yes. Okay, good. Just want to make sure that the book got this right. Is everybody with me so far? I haven't really done a damn thing, but okay. What would you do in the calculator to start to calculate the percentage of time spent teaching class for this person? How many hours? Sorry, go ahead.
Is it 168 times 15?
Nope. They spend how much time teaching? They spend 15 hours teaching out of
15 over 168.
exactly. So the way we say it is the way we work it. I would say that I have 15 hours I spend teaching out of 168 hours. So somebody help me out. You're going to get something kind of gross, but it says
divided by 168.
11.3. What'd you get?
I think you did 168 divided by 15. It's 15 divided by 168. You see what I mean?
0.089.
Blah, 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 right?
Yeah, a lot of that.
A lot of that. All right, let me stop for just a minute. Is everybody with me so far? And then what
I
is
do
it?
have a question.
Sorry, go ahead.
Okay, on the quiz, are we going to be able to use a calculator at all?
Let me see. It depends.
Because is it going to be something like this? Because I don't know if I'll be able to do this in my head.
If it was something like this, I would totally let you use your calculator. In fact, I probably will have to let you use your calculator because it would be kind of, I could do it so that you couldn't use your calculator, and the numbers would be easy to work with. But I think that would add a lot of anxiety. Do you see what I'm doing right here, though? Did I show my work?
Yes.
I did. Beautiful. Thank you. I'm not going to make you do 168 into 15 longhand. I'm not. Right?
Okay, good.
Showing your work is showing me what you're working with in the calculator. You got to write it down. You can't just have numbers come out of nowhere. So what's Ian saying? Oh, I'll make calculation errors to take forever. Oh, there will be times when I will not let you use a calculator because I need to really make sure you can do it yourself, right? In fact, there will probably be parts of this quiz that I say do not use a calculator, and I will be able to tell if you do. All right, you guys with me? Somebody just left. Oh, well, I offended somebody. Oh, well. And by the way, who's got this 0.089 what? Sorry, just go one more place.
2.
0892, okay. What is that as a percent?
%?
Keep going.
8.92.
92, I like it. And then it says round to the nearest 10th. Do you see that?
So 9.
No, that would be to the nearest 1.
8.9.
8.9, I love it. All right, so that's going to be 8.9 right there. I want to give you guys, take a couple minutes and finish this column right here. Finish that column. Right, do 20, do 10, do 56, do 67. This problem is a good one for a few different things at once.
Okay, let me see.
And again, please use your calculator. My God. Here, I'll do it too. I got to use my calculator. My calculator. How's my battery? My battery is good.
I ain't got my other phone.
Oops, what am I doing? All right, I'm ready. I'm ready. Oh. Who's got the grading in office hours percent? Has anybody got that figured out? No? Okay.
0.119, like an all more and more
So what is that as a percentage?
percentage. It should be 11.9%.
Beautiful. All right, Jeff, I gotta buy me a tablet. I think it would be just a little bit better if I got a tablet. Is everybody cool with that one? Because it would be 0.1190. So that's why I leave the 9. I don't have to round it up or anything. The next one is interesting. You got it, Andrew. Do you guys see how the next one becomes 6%? So this preparing for class, if you do 10 divided by 168, you get 0.0595, right? And then extra shit after that. This always trips people up. But since that's a 5, I have to round this up, right? And what's the next thing up from 59?
6.
60, yeah. So it'd be 0.060 if you want to make it like 60. And if you change that, that's 6%. Bam. Holy crappity doodah. Become a 6. There we go. That's good for me. All right. So I like this. This is multi-level stuff. So you got to set the fraction up, do the division, do the rounding, change it to percent, kick ass. Oh, okay. Ruben's going for the next one. I was about to ask, does somebody have the next one? This one's interesting. It comes out to be, holy shit.
So
Sorry.
many
Yeah.
trees.
If you have young children in the room, you should probably, by now, you should know not to have them there. 33. 33 point, there it is, 0.3. Does anyone know what fraction that is? You guys should know. 0.333333. Yeah, it's 1/3. So if you do 56 over 168, it would actually reduce to 1/3. Do we have to know that? No, it's just an interesting side note. Any questions about anything we've done so far? You guys okay? You're gonna have to do this. Yes.
Okay, so why is it 33.3? I thought we were rounding. We're not on that one?
We totally
Oh,
are.
okay. So it's just 33% on that one, or is it 33.3? Because now I'm confused.
What are we rounding to? The nearest tenth. Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
It really means one decimal place. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I see.
So what's this last dude here? This is another interesting one. It's going to be a lot like the preparing for class one. Yes. So you should, for this last one, you should get 0.3988, I think it was. Yes. So again, since this is above 5, you got to round this up, and the next thing up is 40. So when you move that over twice, you get 40%. Woo! I'm sorry. What did I do? Yeah. So it should be, 39.9. I'm sorry. You're right. I'm thinking too much about making it 2 whole. Let me erase this. Okay. So 39. So yeah, you're right. So that's an 8. So that goes up to a 9. So this would be 39.9. Rounding it to the 10th place. I like it. Bam. Okay, so when I first assigned this homework, I said you could do this just by site. You could try to break this up, but then I had a bunch of people doing, like they would have everything fit here, but you got to use the whole chart because it adds up to 100%, doesn't it? I mean, if you add these up, it should add up at least close to 100%. We rounded a little bit, so let me stop. You guys with me?
I have a question.
Yes.
Why is it that the 59.52 rounded up to 6% and the 39 didn't round up to 4%?
I got you. Because this is a 5, so I've got to round this up. And the next thing up from 9 is 10, isn't it? So wouldn't that make that 6-0 then?
Oh, the last number in the back.
Yeah. This one, I was trying to make it like that one, but it's really, I'm looking at rounding this place. And since that's an 8, this goes up to a 9.
Okay.
If that was a 9, then it would have made
It'll
it
be 4%.
40. Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
Okay.
I like it. That always gets a little freaky, but it's just like an odometer, right? 41, 42, 43, 44, 44. And then it pushes that. When you get to 49, the next thing will be 50. I mean, that's all that's really happening. It's like an odometer. Okay, now, watch this. Can't mute everybody easily. Screw it. All right. How many total degrees in a circle again?
360.
360. So if I want to know how many degrees of this circle does teaching class get, I would do 8.9% of 360. Again, this last step you don't have to do, but I want to show you how this looks. It might help some of us make a pie chart. So help me out. What is that? 8.9% of 360. What does that mean I do? What do I do? What does of mean?
0.089 by 360.
Good. 0.089. Of means times.
There you go.
So what do you guys get?
0.089 360.
Yeah, there you go. Andrew's got it, right? You get 32.0. And it says round to the nearest whole degree. So let me just make that 32. That's awesome. That makes sense because I'm going to be doing this by hand. I'm not going to be able to get more precise than that. And then you just keep going. Do 0.119 times 360. So what I'm doing is, how much of that pie should teaching class get? It should get about 8.9% of the pie. And how many degrees is the pie? 360. So it gets 8.9% of 360 degrees. So it's going to get about 32 degrees. And look here, let me just draw this slice. Each one of these is, how much is each one of these that they give me? Can anybody tell how many degrees is each one of these? Can you guys tell? How many degrees is this, and then this, and then this?
10?
10.
10, 11, right? 10. So I go 10, 20, 30, and a little tiny bit more. Oh, this is going to be painful to watch me do. Oh, it's not too bad. So this slice here would be teaching class. I'm going to call it TC. Do you see what I did? So I know exactly how many degrees to go now. So if any of you have trouble figuring out how big to make the slices, you can go that next step and do degrees. You can do that percentage of 360 and you can draw it perfect. And then if you just keep going, 0.119, this is about 43 degrees. So here I am a little bit past 30. So now I want to go 10, 20, 30, 40, and a little bit past that. So that's going to be my grading and office hours. Are you guys with me? Do you guys see what I did? 11.9% of 360 is 43. So I just went about a little more than 40 past there. That's all. And then I just keep going. Now I do 6% at 360. I round that up to 22. So now I want to go 22 past this. So that'll be 10, 20, and a little bit more. So that's about where I am there for become the center. Oh, that's gross, Jeff. Too bad. Preparing for class. And now come the biggest chunks, right? The two last ones are big. A hell of a lot of sleep and even more other. That's awesome. So a third of 360 is 120. This is going to be 120, dude. 120 degrees. So that'll be 12 steps. That'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. A little bit before there. So that's going to be sleep. I should go to the middle, but I won't. And then the rest of it, I don't even have to worry about the last one. But if you do 40% of 360, you will get the rest of the degrees, and that's going to be other. All right. I had way too many people doing something like this. I really didn't understand this. What's wrong with this pie chart? What's wrong with that?
It's not even, like if the center is not in the center.
Exactly. The center is not in the center. I like it. So that really just threw everything off, right? It's like, who cut that pie? What are you trying to do? You get one slice and I'll take one slice. It's like, no. All right. Okay. So there, again, I'm not going to make you do the degrees thing, especially if you're okay with eyeballing how big each slice should be. But if you have any trouble, you can actually do the degrees thing and then just count. Okay. I'm going to erase all this so that I can continue. Anybody still need this up here? So now you have a better appreciation that hopefully if you ever see a pie chart out in the wild, you know what went into making it. Linnell, what's up?
Oh, nothing. I'm just looking.
I'm going to erase all this. You ready?
Yeah, I got it. It's recorded, so.
This is true too. All right. All right, now just take a look at this. What do you guys see how those are the same data on both graphs? Why do they look so different?
Scale of the graph.
Yeah, dude. Which one is more, well, this is kind of funny. Which one makes the difference seem bigger between the two rates?
The first chart.
First chart. Which one, of course, makes the difference seem like it's not anything at all to worry about? Second chart. So the choice of scale can, this is why they say you can, there's lies, damn lies, and statistics. So you can lie the hell out by representing the data. Both of these represent the data. They both represent the same exact data, but they both tell very different stories. So it depends on what your spin is. Okay. But let's see now. So does everybody get the idea? They raised the tax rate. It used to be 3%. Now it's 5%. So if I made $32,000, how much income tax would I have to pay? How would you figure that out? And this is under the old tax rate. So what tax rate am I using? What percent?
3%.
3%. That's the old tax rate, right?
Yeah, so
So how do I figure out? So yeah, go ahead.
You multiply 0.03 by 32,000.
Yeah, because I want to take 3% of 32,000. I like it. So go ahead and do that for me. Don't say anything. So it'd be 3% of 32,000. And I want to show you a little trick. It's kind of nifty. So you can plug that in your old calculator, whoop-de-doo. But watch what I can do when is everybody cool with that? Is everybody cool with that, right? 3% of 32,000, yes? So I don't mind that we're doing so much with percentages because they are one of the least understood things and they are one of the most used things. So we need to go over it a lot. Let me see what time it is. Okay. But watch this. So you can plug that in the old calculator, right? You plugged in the old calculator. I love it. Watch what I can do here. If I move the decimal once, twice, I made that bigger, didn't I? So if I also make this equally smaller, so now it's 3 times 320. Do you guys see that? Which is 960, which is exactly what you get if you plug the whole damn thing in your calculator. So whenever I'm multiplying two numbers, if I make one of them some amount bigger, if I make the other one equally smaller, they're still going to multiply to be the same thing because it still evens out. Does that really matter? No, because you got your calculator. I know. So I have to pay $960 in income tax. I like it. So that the state can build roads, for example, right? It's always a good thing. All right, Jeff, no politics. I'm going to erase that. It's going to go away. It's going to go away. Bye, 960, bye. Okay. Using the new tax rate. And what was the new tax rate?
5%.
I like it, 5%. How much would you pay now for 32? Same work, right? Same work, different number.
1,800.
So you do 5.05 times 32,000. You messed the 3, Jeff. There you go, buddy. So I can do the same little trick, move that over. 5 times 320 is, what'd you say? Should be 1,600, is that right?
18.
18? No,
16.
16. Yeah.
0.05 times. Oh, I put 36.
Oh, okay. 1,600. I like it. I already forgot what it was. What was the last thing? Yeah, so it used to be 960 that we paid, and now it's 1,600, right? That's a decent little increase. I like it. So we already talked about number 4. Do you see the question here? I already asked you that question. That should be the first thing you think when you see those two graphs, is why they look so different. Okay, I like it. I like it. By the way, Andrew's point. Andrew, what's your point with what you put in there? I like it. What? Go ahead and tell me what that's about. The 67%. Unless you don't want to talk, that's okay. So Andrew, yeah. So Andrew pointed out that that's a 67% increase in the percentage tax rate. How much did the percent tax rate actually go up? It went up by 2%. It actually went up from 3% to 5%. I really want you to understand this because this happens so much today when idiot politicians are discussing their plans. They're not idiots in the sense that they understand percentages and they know that most people don't. So if they said your taxes are going to go up by 67%, that's one way to look at it. The other way is they go up by a 2%, 2 percentage points, right? Both are right in their own way. So again, it's sort of like the way to choose to graph the tax rates. You can spin it either way you want to say anything you want to. Okay. Let me see. Oh, this section here, this is kind of, this is what we did a lot of. I'm hoping we did enough of these so that that's not that big of a deal. Let me see. Any of these you want to look at specifically? I think that, so again, this is on page 142, 143. I think they have all the answers to these in your book. I'm not sure. They should, maybe in the back. Just in case you guys want to have more practice. I want to see, maybe I'll look for that later. Do they have any answers back here? No, those bastards. Oh well, too bad for us. That doesn't make any sense. Oh well, too bad. All right. So there will obviously be problems like these. Those will be the problems I'll say you can't use your calculator. So if you give me a decimal answer for this, no way in hell. That's not going to fly, right? Any of these you want to look at? Are you guys cool with all these? How do I do number 9?
Multiply -12 by 3/4.
Yeah, and if you really want to, what can you do to 12 to make it look a little bit better?
Put it over 1.
Yes. The minute people do that, their brain latches onto this better. And of course, now what can I do? Look what I can do. What can I do?
Cross cancel?
Yeah. 4 goes into 4 once. 4 goes into 12 3 times. So -3 times 3. Now I really want this. What is 4/3? 4/3. How does that relate to 1? How does 4/3 relate to 1? You could do it. I mean, is it bigger than 1, smaller than 1? 4/3.
Oh, you tell me the improper fraction.
Yes.
Fraction.
How is 4/3 related to 1? That's the only question. Is it bigger or smaller than 1?
Oh, it's bigger.
Is everybody cool with that? 4/3 is definitely bigger. You can make it into a mixed number if you need to, but you shouldn't need to. Top's bigger than the bottom is bigger than 1. So if I divide 12 by something that's a little bigger than 1, the answer should come out a little less than 12. Right? 12 divided by 1 is itself. 12 divided by a little more than 1 should be a little less than 12. And when I divide by a bigger number, I get smaller. So my answer of -9 makes sense because it's a little bit less than 12. Do you have to look at it that way? No. Is everything better if you're able to estimate and see if your answer makes sense? Yes. Okay, maybe. And sometimes I like to say that because I don't know if everybody realizes you can look at it that way just to see if your answer makes sense. All right. Any of these other ones look freaky? I mean, 6 should definitely be a gimme, right? Yes. You're like, give me a lot of those, Jeff. And I'm like, yeah, no, you're not going to get a lot of those. You're just going to get maybe 1. And of course,
7.
Say again?
Number 7.
Number 7. Yeah. All right. Now look at number 7. What is up with number 7?
You got 2 different, you got miles and hours.
That's right. And can I make them the same?
No.
No. So you just leave it. It's like, what if this was 12x minus 5y? What would the answer be? If that would have been a y right here.
12x minus 5y.
Yeah. What would the answer be? I don't know if you're answering the question.
As is.
Leave it.
I like it. This is why I wasn't sure if Linnell was telling me the answer or just repeating what the question was.
Oh, yeah. That's what yeah.
I'm with you. You leave it because there's no like terms. So over here, miles and hours, they ain't like terms. You can't make them like, so you just leave it. That'd be really neat if you could add those together. That would freak me the shit out. I'm like, how the hell did you do that? I like it. I like it. A lot. Okay. Enough of that section, I think. And then we're going to have...
All right, go ahead.
Okay. You're going to definitely have maybe a couple questions with order operations, right? That's what these are all about, is order operations. Do you see how 11 and 12 have the same operations, but you do them in a different order, right? Because here the addition don't mean shit. It's at the end. Who cares about it? And then this one, all of a sudden, it's the most important thing because it's in parentheses. I like it. I like it a lot. What is -3 squared right there?
9.
No. So here, this is the difference between what they've got written out there, -3 squared, and this. These are not the same thing. On the second one, what do I have 2 of? I have 2 -3s. -3 times -3 is 9. On this first one, I have 2 whats?
3.
-3s.
I love you guys. Some of you guys are like, you got 2 -3s.
Two
Jeff. What the shit?
-3.
Can you not see? Are you okay, Jeff? Yes, I'm okay.
Like, gonna be -6.
I have 2 3s. I don't have 2 -3s, do I? Here I got 2 of these. Here I got 2 of these. Exponents are very...
You're stuck, Jeff.
We froze.
Froze, yeah.
I bet he's still talking.
All right, sorry. Did I just get disconnected? Is that what happened?
Yes.
All right, is everybody still here? I mean, I guess you can't really answer that question. That's weird, man. That never happened. All right, I'm sorry. I have no idea what just happened.
We have to start again from the next.
Sorry?
We have to start it. You were on the -3, or it was just a 3 that's squared.
All right, let me see. Let me share my screen again. I really hope this doesn't mean my Wi-Fi is freaking the shit out. All right. Oh, man. Come on, vaccine. Please. All right. I don't care who makes it. I don't care if Trump himself makes the damn thing. I'll take it and get back to school. All right. So we were talking about this being -3 times 3. Because I don't have 2 negatives. I have 2 3s with a negative sitting in front. So that is -9. God, that was weird. I'm so happy. I thought when it was logging me back in, I'm like, oh shit, did it log everybody else out? But you guys are still here, thank God. All right. Is everybody cool with what I just did? That's not the whole problem, obviously, right?
So if it was 3 3s, wouldn't it be a positive number then with the power situation? Or because I'm confused.
No. A negative sitting in front of something means the opposite of that thing. So I've got a negative sitting in front of 3 squared. What's 3 squared? 9. So what's negative in front of 3 squared? -9. So if I had negative, let me erase this for a second. Get out of here. All right, so if I had, I think you're saying this, right?
Yes.
All right, so what's 3 cubed? What's 3 cubed?
18?
No.
Can't remember.
3 times 3 is 9 times 3.
7.
Oh, okay.
You got 3 3s multiplied, so you get 27. And what's it have in front of it?
Oh, negative.
Negative. Yeah. So I'm not sure what's happening. I really want you to understand, because how do I rewrite this? I would rewrite this as there's a negative sitting there, isn't there? And then what does this say? What does that mean?
I guess
3 times 3.
-3.
3 times 3.
Right? That's what that means. There's a negative sitting in front of 3 3s. That is what that means. What does this mean?
-3 times -3 times -3.
Now, the interesting thing with odd powers, oh my God, Jeff. Let me see, hold on. I got to get me a tablet. I don't know if that would help. All right. So I got -3 times -3 times -3, which is interesting enough that still is -27. Just coincidentally, all right?
So Jeff, what you just did was show the problem on the right-hand side, huh? What you were doing? Because that's -27, I see. But right in there, what are you doing? You just letting us know that you went -3 times -3.
Yeah, because this says I have 3 -3s, whereas this says I have 3 3s with a negative in front of it. That's what that says. So sort of related to this, can you do 4x squared? Can you do anything with that?
No.
No. Some people tell me that's 16x. What did that person somehow do? Some magic shit.
They squared 4 as well.
But what's the only thing being squared here? Of course, the x, right? So that power can only go to the thing it's sitting over. You guys see that? Not that big of a deal. So what's the difference in what I just wrote in this?
Between the -27s?
No, between this and this.
Are you in a different area?
4 is being squared as well as the x.
Yeah, I'm going to square the 4 and the x because the parentheses came in and helped the poor little exponent out. 4 squared is 16. X squared is x squared. So that's the difference between those two. The parentheses come in and say, hey, exponent, do all this shit. If there is no parentheses, the exponent can only do the thing it's sitting on. That's all it could do. It's not that powerful. All right. Okay. So back up here. Let me see. I'm going to clear all this stuff. You ready? I'm going to clear all this beautiful chicken scratching by. Go away. So back up here. The first thing I would do, remind me now, what is this?
-9.
-9, I like it. So I got -9 plus 12. And what do I get on the bottom?
12.
12.
Now the next thing to be careful about is, why can I not cancel the 12s?
Because it's addition.
Yes, division cannot cancel addition. That's not its job, right? So what is the next thing I do?
-9 plus 12.
Slams their hamster.
There's a hamster out there.
Sorry.
That's all right. So -9 plus 12 is
3.
3 over 12. And what can I do with 3 over 12?
Reduce it.
Reduce.
1 over
4.
I love it. Bam. So the idea with this, that big ass division bar, that's the only time that division is last. In fact, I want to show you something. So if I have this problem, how do I write it in a single line? Now just stay with me here. I know today's class is kind of boring. I'm sorry. It's too bad. But I want to do this review with you. How do I write that problem? Let me erase that circle so we can see it better. Go. How do I write that problem in a single line? I want you guys to notice something interesting that is very... Sorry, Boo.
-3 squared plus 12 parentheses.
Yes. So if I do this, do you see how that's wrong? That is wrong because now only these are being divided. But I'm supposed to divide the top by the bottom. So whenever you write a big ass division bar, it's hiding understood parentheses. Oh, sorry, 12. It's hiding understood parentheses. And I think this kind of problem is why people think division is always last. Many people just do the division last no matter what, and that is wrong because division is in the middle of PEMDAS. It ain't last. The only reason it's last here is because everything else is in parentheses. Do you guys see that? I don't think students are shown that enough. And then you make assumptions about what's going on. Okay. All right. Now, number 14 and 15, I'm hoping those are pretty straightforward, right? They say rewrite this as multiplication, rewrite this as multiplication. Okay, okay. Let me see the next interesting problem here. Oh, and then this is related to the homework that you got to do in that last section we talked about. And to be honest, I think this is section 1.5. Let me make sure. Is that what that is? All right, you're gonna get dizzy here in a second. Hold on. Rawr. All right. Yeah, 1.5 is the one where we started talking about graphs. That's the thing we got into last time. Sorry, don't watch. You're gonna get dizzy. Come on, pizza, go away. My gosh. All right, there it is. Oh boy. Yeah, 1.5 is not gonna be on the quiz on Monday, right? The quiz on Monday just goes up through 1.4. Okay. You guys have any other specific questions? 1.1 through 1.4, or even anything left over from that review you had to do from the other book? That's what's going to be on the quiz on Monday.
So if we wanted to practice this weekend before the quiz, what number should we go up to on this section? Am I making sense? I'm sorry.
On the thing we're just doing?
Yes.
Here it is. Okay. Yeah, up to 16, it looks like. That's where 1.5 starts. I think there might be, hold on, let me see. Yeah, there's got to be problems. Where's the problems? Here we go. Here's linear growth and exponential growth, right? Let's do some of that. Sure. Hold on. Sorry. They don't really put this in order. Who's got? Everybody mute themselves. What's happening? What's happening? Somebody's moving today. Is moving day? What's happening? Yeah. So we're going to have linear and exponential growth on there also. Can somebody tell me? Now look at these two charts. This is beautiful. Look at these two charts. All right, somebody is obscene phone calling me. What's happening? Can everybody, what's happening? It's not, everybody's muted. How am I getting? All right. Riley, I'm not sure how I'm hearing your stuff because you're supposedly muted. Weird.
Seriously?
Right. Yeah, I can hear you right now.
Huh.
Can
That's
you
weird.
hear me, Jeff?
Well, now I can. What's up?
Okay, what page are you working from?
146.
Okay, thank you.
All right, now watch. Can somebody tell me which one of these is linear growth?
Don't
Which
wanna
one of those?
At
See?
count 1,
Yes. How did you tell?
because they just added 600 to each. It's the
Exactly.
same amount.
So linear growth means it doesn't give a shit what's in there right now. It just keeps adding the same. Whereas exponential growth keeps adding more and more and more each year based on what it is now. Then it grows, and then it bases it on that new bigger number and so forth. Can somebody do this for me? Anybody with a calculator? Divide like year 4, divide it by year 3. Divide those two amounts. Divide these two here. What do you guys get? What does that look like? Ooh, that looks like that. Okay. Anybody do that? Let me see. Let me do it too. See how freaky this gets.
Like 1.06.
Yeah, 1.06 with a little bit extra shit, right? But it is trying to be 1.06. They just rounded. Let me see if you guys remember what percent increase. Riley, I don't know what's going on with you, man. Let me see. I don't know. This is weird.
6%.
Yes. Remember, so it's like 1.05 is a 5% increase each year. 1.04 is 4%, so forth. So this would be a 6% increase each year. I like it. I like it. All right. Let me clear that. So that's a good problem to try. Yeah, and I'm not going to worry too much. I know they keep talking about Excel. What really sucks, if Grossmont had a lot more money, and we don't. In fact, we have a lot less money. We would have more computer labs, and we would probably teach this course and 160 on Excel, because Excel is a good skill to have. We just can't. There's no way. We don't have enough computer labs. We can't expect every student to bring their own laptop, right? Some of us don't have freaking laptops. I understand that shit. So I'm not going to worry too much about questions related to Excel, right? So I accept answers to that, not Excel formula language. Are you guys with me? Like I said before, I do like that you get to see what Excel looks like in case you don't use it that much. Okay, so I think that's enough for today, unless anybody has any more specific questions. Yeah, I wish that they would have identified the sections that these came from here, but they didn't. So sorry about that. Any other questions? So the main thing you can do to get ready for Monday is to finish up through section 1.4. As soon as I log out of here today, I'm going to get 1.4 homework up in the 1.4 module on Canvas. So if you don't have a book yet, you can do that at least, and then you'll be ready for the quiz. Hopefully everybody's got a book by next week. That would really make things work better. Sam, you okay?
Thank you.
Oh, sure. So if you have any questions, you can stay here. Otherwise, you are free to around your house. You can log out. Let me know if you have any questions.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm a little worried about the recording since I got booted out. I don't know if I'm going to have the recording, so we'll just have to see. I don't know. You guys all right? Anybody have questions? You guys good? All right, I don't see any questions. I'm going to head out myself. Bye, everybody.